So David Dobrik has finally apologized to, I guess, not the people that came out against him with these pretty bad accusations. Now, unlike other content creators, this isn't like a CP accusation. No, no, no. It's still bad because of the way this guy seemed to take advantage of people he called his friends, or at least on camera, he called his friends only to go behind their back and do some pretty just outlandish shit. It's like, at this point, he's apologized, yeah, sure, whatever, but he never, in his 2.5 minute video, which I'll give him that, at least it wasn't a fucking, 40 to 50 minute video to get through. He didn't address any of the allegations made against him from other people. I'm not saying go and make that 40 to 50 minute video. I'm just saying, why couldn't you take a couple minutes and address those for us and maybe give your side of the story instead of just going, yeah, you know what? Back then, my content was cringy. Everybody thinks that about themselves, dude. Everybody. My content is cringy. You look at my content from 6 years ago, 4 years ago, even last year. A lot of it's still pretty cringy, and I feel better where I'm at as a creator. But I didn't do what you did to your so-called friends, and basically, what he would do in some cases was something would happen in one of David's vlogs, which have to be 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, or else it's just not funny. The joke isn't funny, although it was not funny after like the 10th vlog of a 4 minute and 20 second video. It's just like, we get it, dude, 420, blaze it, got it, cool. And when someone would tell him, hey, don't put that in the vlog, he wouldn't say, oh, okay, no problem, you're my friend, if you don't want that in the vlog, you don't want that in the vlog. He'd say he would understand, but then he would offer his friends money to put it in, or at least be like, well, how much money would you want to put it in? Leading the people to go, well, maybe he is rich, so maybe if I just get a couple bucks off of him, it'll be fine. And say what you want about those people, but, it's a lot different when you're pressured into this situation. You literally just told him, don't use this, and he's like, what about 250? And it's just kind of like, if it'll get you off my back, bro, fine. And some people have done stuff and let things in the videos that they regret. And David has said that he's deleted those videos. But what people don't know about deleted videos is they're always somewhere on the internet. It's never going to go away. As much as we want people to delete videos, like old videos that might be controversial, it's always there. It's not going to go away. So deleting it's really going to do nothing. It's just going to kind of surface somewhere else eventually. It's just how it works, especially on YouTube. It's not going to go away. But again, and not to mention, too, he didn't do this on his channel with almost 19 million subscribers. No, no, no. The one where he has the most audience. He didn't even do this on Twitter, where he has a pretty big following, but not as big as YouTube. He did this on his second channel. From looking at it, it looks like it's a podcast that he does called Replay or Review, something like that. And it has 1 million subscribers, which, okay, he's talking to a lot of people, but what about the other 18 million followers on your channel? You don't want to kind of address them in this situation? It's like he's scared to meet his full audience head on. Like the whole, disabling the dislikes in the comments goes to show you that, he knows what he did was wrong, and he's not willing to take the criticism from it. I'm not sitting here and saying, cancel this guy. You know me, I don't like cancel culture, but when someone does something like he did, or does it multiple times, there has to be consequences here. Again, I'm not saying completely cancel the guy, but let's just show him what it's like to be irrelevant for a little while, because it's really getting annoying, all this stuff. It really is. Another thing he did was Big Nick. In case you guys don't know, he is a little person, and all the time they would, at least David would, make fun of Big Nick's height and all this stuff. And, Big Nick did it to himself, but I think, we all make fun of ourselves to just kind of, make ourselves, I don't know, feel better. I don't really know how to word it. Like, I make fun of myself in videos sometimes, too. But if I tell someone, hey, what you're saying about me, that's me, that's my thing, I don't really think, I'm not comfortable with other people saying this, could you not do it? he said that to David, and David was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Big Nick just was not allowed in the videos anymore, and it was just kind of like, okay, I guess since you can't make a small joke about me, then I'm kicked off of the squad. Like, that's just the type of person we're dealing with. If you can't get content for David Dobrik, then he doesn't give two shits. He may call you your friend on camera, but off camera, you're nothing but his little, I guess, cult member in a way, because he did have this girl get his name tattooed on her, which is just, again, very cult-like. You don't really see that nowadays. I mean, people are getting, names tattooed on them all the time, and we all realize probably a mistake, because a lot of the time it ends up being like an ex-girlfriend, an ex-wife, an ex-boyfriend, and an ex-husband. It's just, it's not worth getting a name tattooed on you unless you really want to worship that person, unless you really want to win them over, because in the end, they can get you somewhere, and this is what people thought, move to LA, become part of the vlog squad, being with David Dobrik, I can actually get somewhere. But then to see I'm going to call this abuse that they were taking, because they were basically being forced to do things, and they were doing these pranks, and I get it, pranks, haha, funny sometimes, but when they traumatize someone to the point where they have to move because people can constantly just keep saying, hey, you're that one guy from that one video, then something's off here. Something is the problem. And then there's the whole Scotty Sire thing where he just he defended David till the end and said, all you people with the accusations just need to back off, not realizing that, hey, you know what? I hang out around David a lot. He can be a bit pushy. Maybe there's some truth into this. He just kind of ignored the evidence. And I mean, the guy who did start this whole thing isn't fully innocent himself in some of the things that he said. But in the end, I mean, you have this fake prank where they said he was going to make out with this girl in this like old person mask, and then it turned out to be good old Jason Nash, almost 50 years old, and it's all over the internet now. You're making out with this old dude, and here you are being made fun of for it. Of course you're going to feel a little weird, because that's not what you consented to. You consented to, making out with the girl in the, old person mask, not making out with an old person in an old person mask. That's not what he consented to. You can say it was consent, whatever, but that was not. That was not consent. That was you going behind the back of your friend and completely doing the opposite of what you said was going to happen, and that is not right. And if you treat your friends like they're worth something, like every time, like I said, someone would ask to not put something in the vlog, he'd always be like, well, how much do you want? Don't ever put your friends in that situation to where they have to think about how much money they're worth. The way you let them show their worth is by letting them grow on the channel with you, letting them be themselves, and when they tell you they don't want something put in the video, don't put it in the fucking video, because it might be a little too personal for their liking to be out there and on camera and to the world online. It's how it works. So again, David Dobrik, did he do wrong? Yes. Do I think he should be canceled? Not fully. He should be punished for a little bit, but in the end, he can rebound from this. He seems pretty genuine that he does want to become a better person, but in the end, the apology was still mostly half-assed. Yes, it was short and sweet and to the point, but it was too to the point. He should have talked about some of the allegations and given his side of the story on those things instead of just kind of not mentioning them at all, like they didn't even exist. And he just has to face consequences. He has to. I don't know what that is, but again, I'm not going to sit here and say unsubscribe from the guy, go send him hate. I'm not that type of person to do that. It's just when there's this blatant evidence out against you and it keeps growing, there's going to be suspicion. At this point, the allegations become, we'll say, mostly truthful. Not 100%, because 100% of it hasn't been truthful. But a lot of this is like someone will say something and then they'll back that. Another person will back that person up and be like, yeah, that was what happened in this case, and then more people start piling up. It's like when you get these R-word allegations against you. It's like one person, it's like a, let's see where this goes, but then once it gets to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's like, whoa, okay, all of these girls can't be lying. All of them might not be telling the truth, but at the same point in time, this is getting a little suspicious that now it's stacking up to even more, and that just can't be a coincidence at this point in time. And, this stuff with David, it's just, we hear one thing, and then it's the next thing, and then it's someone backing up that thing, and then it's the next thing, and then it's someone backing up that thing. It's a constant cycle going on here that leads me to believe that I don't even want to say was shitty to his friends, because they weren't his friends at all. He was just shitty to people that he took advantage of, because he knew that if they were to go join the Vlog Squad, they'd get big, or they would have the opportunity to get big and make it in Hollywood. And that sucks, the way he went about doing that. That absolutely is terrible, the way he did it. Can he change as a person? Has he changed as a person? Yeah, maybe. Argumentative. But in the end, what I saw in the past, we all took as a joke, and now we realize there was a lot of unconsenting jokes going around and a lot of unconsenting footage that it was online that never should have been put on there in the first place, and it's disgusting. So that's my thoughts on this. You can tell me in the comments below what do you think, and until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, and I will catch you all in the next one.